it's Hannah from The Friendly Teacher, and I am a third grade teacher in the state of Ohio. And today I'm here to talk about my reading center. So last week I put a video up about how I was going to change my reading centers this year and my reasons why. And so today I'm going to talk to you about specifically what I do in my close reading center, that specific one. So every day for about 20 to 30 minutes I do one center. And the reason I do one center a day is I find that I want 30 minutes to work with a group at one time because we're reading novels or longer texts or learning close reading skills, and I need that good 30-minute chunk of time. So for 30 minutes, I'm working with one group of kids, and that's their teacher time station. Okay, then I'm going to have one group of kids is going to be working in word work, working on our vocabulary or our spelling words for the week, sometimes both. My other group is going to be working with this close reading center that I'm going to talk about. Another group is going to be working in a Google Classroom assignment that is practicing the skill that we were working on this week and reteaching them digitally. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And another group will be doing listening to reading or read with a partner. So every other week we go back and forth. So they're either reading with a partner or they're doing listening to reading, typically on Epic. So the close reading center that I do, and the reason that I started this is I think close reading is a skill that is a life skill. It is a very important skill. You are doing close reading when you're reading a blog post. You are doing close reading when you're reading a text message from a friend. You're also doing close reading in any job that you work in. Close reading is even more important nowadays because you are close reading news articles to find out what's true, what's false, what's important, what's not important. So that is a skill I really want to hone in on, and I want them to have that independent practice every single week. So when we are doing close reading, I stick with a very simple one paragraph, a little bit long, or sometimes 2 paragraph close reading excerpt, because I find when it's shorter, they're able to really hone in, really focus, and really look at what they're reading and think about it. And when it's longer, especially my lower students, they get super overwhelmed because they are doing this independently. So what I have is I'll have one paragraph with some questions, and they will have a fiction and a nonfiction one every single week. And I try to make sure the topic is super engaging to them so that they will stay engaged during the entire thing. What I'll have them do during the station, and this is how I teach them, they will read the one side of the thing, and they will read it all by themselves the first time. And then they will read it with a partner in their group the second time, and they go through those questions with a partner, and they get to use one of my smelly highlighters to go up and highlight the answers in the text. Okay, and then they're going to read it through a third time and check their answers together with the partner. Then them and their partner are going to separate and do the backside, which is one's fiction, one's nonfiction with that same topic. They're going to do the backside all by themselves. Read it twice, use a highlighter, highlight your answers, take notes on the side, things like that. Then they're getting back with that partner again and compare their answers from that second slide. So they're doing the first one together with a partner. The second one they're going to do separate, but they're going to come back and check each other's answers together to kind of work through that skill, because I find that the partner work really helps accelerate some of my lower readers when it comes to those close reading skills. Now, how to make this extra engaging, because as I said, I am going to be working with kids and I can't help them. This is their independent close read practice. So some of the ways that I make it extra engaging is, one, I let them use, smelly markers, highlighters, things to highlight in the text that they don't typically get to use, and that just adds engagement every time. 2, the highest engagement is partners. Working together with someone brings a high level of engagement. It lets them talk about the text, and it really promotes my higher readers to teach a little bit to my lower readers and vice versa. I find that partner work really, really important during this close reading center. Another way that I make sure that they're engaged is I keep the paragraphs short. So as you can see, this is just one paragraph, short. And the last way was making sure the topics are engaging. They're reading about video games, or they're going to be reading about a holiday that is that month, or maybe an animal that they really like, or chocolate, cookies, something that's really engaging to them. The last thing is I don't give them too many questions. So it's 3 questions maximum per paragraph. So maybe 1 multiple choice and 2 short answers, something like that, so that they can feel confident, they can work on the skill without getting overwhelmed with the entire process. Okay, so they're going to do this close reading station 1 time a week, so they'll read 2 paragraphs a week during my reading centers We're doing close reading whole group as well. We're also doing it for homework, morning work, all throughout, but this is their independent and partner work time on that close reading. And I find it really essential to accelerate their close reading skills in an engaging way that kind of keeps them entertained during that center time. And then if they do get their paragraphs done early, they get a little bit of extra listening to reading time, which is always extra motivating. So I'm going to put a link above that talks about my Close Reading Center in a blog post. And in that blog post, there is a free resource with free close reading paragraphs for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th grade. So you can grab that so you can try it out and kind of see what it looks like. If you have any questions about the Close Reading Center, please leave them in the comments and I will get back to you very quickly. I would love you to drop a question, and I will be back to talk about my other centers throughout this month and a few other topics throughout this summer. All right, thank you guys so much. Don't forget to go download that freebie and leave me a question in the comments.